Good morning, everybody, my little friends. How are you today? I see we have lots of things going on today, and I see my special friends are here. I see Nicolette. Hi, Nicolette. And I see Nico. Hi, Nico. And I see Evelyn. Good morning, Evelyn. And there's Ivana. Hi, Ivana. I see JJ. Good morning, JJ. And I see Ava. Hi, Ava. And there's Benjamin. Good morning, Benjamin. And I see Esme. Hi, Esme. I'm so glad all of our little friends are here with us today. Let's do our special song, okay? Do it with me now if you can. The more we get together, 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 the more we get together, the happier we'll be. 'Cause your friends are my friends are your friends. The more we get together, the happier we'll be. I miss you so much, and I can't wait till we can all be together again. I love you. Remember, today is Thursday, and what kind of weather do we have today? Do you know what kind of weather it is today? Is it snowing today? No, it's not snowing. Is it raining today? No, it's not raining. It is sunny, right? It's a sunny day today. And sun begins with the letter S. Today is a sunny day. And today is Thursday. Today is Thursday. I'm glad about that. Today is Thursday. I'll clap about that. Today is Thursday. It's a sunny day. I'm so glad it's Thursday today. Hey! All right, now, remember we talked about how there are 4 different seasons. There's winter, spring, summer, and fall. Okay, now in the summer, remember the sun is really strong, and in the summertime, it's really hot, and we can wear our shorts or our bathing suit, and we can go swimming, maybe go in the pool or go to the beach. That's in the summer. And then in the fall or the autumn, remember that has 2 different words. In the fall, the weather starts getting a little cooler. We start wearing maybe a little light jacket. And then what happens to the leaves in the fall? Do you remember? Right, the leaves change colors. They change all pretty colors, and then they fall to the ground. That's why we call it fall or autumn. So in the fall or autumn, the leaves change color and they fall to the ground. And then we had the season that was really cold. We wore our winter jackets. Winter, right, in winter. And in winter, the weather is usually cold, and sometimes it snows, and we can go outside and maybe go sledding or have a snowball fight or make snow angels. Well, now we're not in winter anymore. Now we are in a new season called spring. Can you say that? Spring, right? And spring also begins with the letter S. So we are in the season of spring. And now the days are getting longer. The sun is staying out longer. We are not wearing our heavy coats anymore. Maybe just wearing a light jacket again. And did you notice that the grass is starting to turn green? And on the trees, there's little teeny tiny buds just starting to form on the trees. If you look very closely at the trees, you'll get to see those little tiny buds. And pretty soon, those little tiny buds are going to open up into green leaves. And guess what else is happening? The flowers are starting to bloom. Have you seen any flowers blooming lately? Some of the flowers are starting to bloom, and we get to take more walks outside. So today I have a book called It's Spring. Now this book was written by Linda Glazer, so she is the author. So we have the front cover of her book and the back cover of her book. And this book, the cover illustrations, if you open up the front and back together, it actually makes one whole big picture. Sometimes there's one picture on the front and something else on the back. But this book actually opens up to one whole big picture. So the title or the name of the book is called It's Spring. Now Linda Glazer is the author. She's the person who wrote this story. And it was illustrated by Susan Swan. Now Susan Swan, the illustrator is the person who does the pictures. Now a lot of times an illustrator will draw pictures, but this illustrator, Susan Swan, she didn't draw the picture. She actually used cut up pieces of paper, and she put them together to make her illustration. So it's really cool. So put your listening ears on. This is called It's Spring. What do we see here? We see the leaves on the trees, and this is a bird. And what's that? Yeah, that's a nest. That's right. And inside the nest are little baby birds. Little baby birds are in the nest. They look like they're going beep, 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 beep. Mommy, feed me, I'm hungry. All right, and here's our title page. It says It's Spring by Linda Glazer, illustrated by Susan Swan. And here's some pretty purple flowers. I think these are called crocus, which are some of the first flowers that we see in the spring. It's spring. I run outside in thin pants and short sleeves. No thick, heavy winter coat bundled around me. I skip and leap and feel light and free. Fresh air rushes all over me. Creeks and streams are starting to flow. We hear the trickle of melting ice and snow. Then one day, pitter-patter, splitter-splatter, rain pours down. Creeks and streams rush and gush again. See some more of those little flowers. Sometimes the crocus are purple and sometimes they're yellow. I dip my boot in a puddle just to see how deep it is. Swish, swish, watch this. Kersplash! It's spring. Have you ever jumped in a puddle? Make sure you have your boots on, or your galoshes. Remember that silly word? We find tight, pointy leaf buds on bushes and trees. I peel one open and see the tiny beginnings of fresh new leaves. Down here. I find some pussy willows. They look soft and sleek. I rub one gently against my cheek. The ground is growing soft and warm again. There's a clean, fresh smell in the air. We find tiny, new green things growing everywhere. Animals that slept all winter are now waking up. Earthworms, frogs, turtles, snakes, beetles, ladybugs. Do you remember what we call it when animals are sleeping for the winter? Right, hibernating. We don't hibernate though, do we? No. One day, we spot a robin. Okay, the robin has a red breast on it. That's how you know it's a robin. Then we see red-winged blackbirds and bright goldfinch. Early in the morning, we hear the birds sing. They cheep and warble and trill. It's spring. Have you been hearing the birdies singing in the morning? I have. Birds fly here and there with grass in their beaks. We watch them building nests in trees, getting ready for new families. Squirrels line their nests with sticks and dry leaves. And here, in this tiny little hole, are new baby bunnies. It's a little hard to see down there. Ducks quack to their ducklings, and geese honk to their goslings, all soft and fuzzy and out for a swim. Day by day, I watch flower buds grow and swell. Soon they burst open into bright daffodils, so sunny and cheerful, they make my heart sing. It's spring. Ferns uncurl, leaves unfurl. Tree branches that were bare now have tiny green leaves. It's time to plant seeds. Corn, cucumbers, beans, peas, and my very own sunflower seeds. The days are getting longer. Now the sun sets after dinner. Outside, we watch the sky turn slowly dark and count the stars as they come out. Then all the spring peepers and bullfrogs sing, "It's spring!" The sun shines longer and the days grow warmer. One day I notice that the trees are all covered with full-grown leaves. Soon it will be summer, but right now it's still spring. I blow dandelion seed fluff and watch it float away. Dragonflies dip and dart every which way. I leap in the air, there's new life bursting everywhere. Come out, smell the flowers, hear the birds sing. It's spring. So guess what we're going to do? We are going to make a spring headband. Yes, I know you like making things like that. So I emailed this to your parents. Okay, it says spring is here. And your mommy and daddy can print this out at home. So you can make your spring headband at home. Okay, so you can color this however you want to color it. And here is mine. Here's mine here. So you can make it whatever way you want to make it. Just use all pretty spring colors, okay? We don't want to just use like old black or brown because those aren't pretty spring colors. You want to use nice, pretty spring colors, and maybe you can make them all different colors for your letters or your flowers. But don't just take like a purple crayon and go like that, okay? You want to do a really pretty spring picture. So after you color it, however you want to color it, then we're going to take our scissors. Okay, now remember our scissors have two holes. We have a little hole, that's for our thumb, and the big hole in the bottom is for our other fingers. Now obviously you're not going to use big scissors like this because you've got little hands. I'm going to use big scissors because it's easier for Mrs. Noto, and it's also easier for me to show you. Okay, so you always want to make sure that your thumb is up on the top and your scissors are always pointing away from your body because remember, we don't want to cut our hair or our clothes or our fingers, so always make sure the scissors are pointing away from your body. Okay, so when you're all finished coloring it, making it really pretty, then we're going to cut very carefully. Okay, we want to follow this line. Okay, take your time. Remember, you want to be able to stay on your lines. It's kind of tricky because it's there's little curves here and there. So our scissors stay straight and we hold paper with our helping hand. Now here's the tricky part. We want to curve our paper. Move our hand out of the way. Okay, if it's easier for you, you could just cut it off the edge. That might be easier for you. Okay, so we're going to cut. Now, are you going to be able to stay on those lines and cut carefully if you're looking out the window? No. Or are you going to be able to cut carefully if you're looking at your dog? No. So where do we need to look? Right, we need to look at our paper. Okay, so cut very slowly, very important. We want to cut slowly so we can stay right on those lines. Okay, there we go. So here it says, spring, what does it say? Spring is here. Okay, spring is here. So now, after we cut this out, we're going to put it on a headband. Now I have pink paper here. You could use whatever color paper you want, whatever kind of construction paper you have at home is fine. Okay, so I'm going to just clip that there. And we're going to take our little sign here, and we're going to put some glue on the back. Okay, so you can take your glue. So if you have glue stick, you can use the glue stick. If not, you could use regular glue. Whatever you have is fine. Okay, so we're going to spread the glue all across the back. Spread the glue all across the back. Okay, and then we're going to press it onto our headband. Press it on our headband there. Okay, make sure it's pressed all around really good. And then, after that's done, you can turn it around and your mommy and daddy can put it together either with a paper clip or a stapler. I forgot to bring my stapler. But we take it and we're going to put it on our head. Okay? Fit it to your head. So go outside today. It's a beautiful sunny spring day. So go outside and have lots of fun in this sunshine and this beautiful spring day. And see if you can find any of those things that we saw in our story. Maybe a bird's nest or the grass turning green or some flowers blooming. Okay? So remember, it's spring!